Have you ever wondered why some people linger in your thoughts long after you have met them, even if you only spent a short time together? It is a fascinating thing to think about. There is a powerful reason why some men remain on a woman's mind for days, weeks, or even months after you have met them. And the surprising truth is that it has very little to do with expensive cars, designer clothing, or how much money you have tucked away in your bank account. Those things are only outward symbols. They're like attractive gift wrapping, eye-catching at first glance, but quickly forgotten once the moment passes. While they may draw attention initially, they rarely create a lasting emotional impact. Real attraction goes much deeper. Appearance and social status might help a man stand out in a crowd, but they are not what leave a meaningful impression. The men who are truly unforgettable understand something many others miss: emotions are what people remember. When a woman associates a man with positive feelings, comfort, excitement, or genuine connection, he becomes someone who naturally stays in her thoughts. Instead of being remembered for what he owns, he is remembered for how he made her feel. She finds herself thinking about him during ordinary moments of her day because the emotional experience he created continues to resonate. In this video, we will explore the qualities and behaviors that create that kind of lasting impression. You will discover how dating can become more natural and enjoyable when you stop trying to fit a certain image and begin embracing who you truly are. Before we get started, it is worth mentioning that there are many helpful resources and practical tools available for anyone looking to build greater confidence and personal growth. The most meaningful changes come from developing yourself from the inside out and becoming the best version of who you are. Now, let's talk about why we sometimes get stuck when it comes to meeting someone new and feeling that spark of attraction. A lot of men approach dating as if they are performing a role. They rehearse conversations in their minds, monitor their every move, and try to avoid making any mistakes. Their goal is often to create a flawless experience, believing that perfection will make them more appealing. The problem is that interactions built around performance rarely feel authentic. When a date starts to resemble a scripted presentation rather than a natural exchange, it can create a sense of artificiality. Instead of allowing two people to get to know each other, it turns the experience into an attempt to maintain an image. Women often pick up on this, even when they cannot clearly explain what feels off. They may sense that the man is showing a carefully crafted version of himself rather than who he genuinely is. As a result, they can begin to feel self-conscious as well, wondering whether they must also act perfectly instead of relaxing and being themselves. This happens because the focus shifts away from connection and toward impression management. Rather than building closeness, the effort to appear flawless can create emotional distance. The image being projected becomes a barrier that prevents real intimacy from developing. The reality is that nobody is perfect. Everyone has imperfections, unique habits, awkward moments, and personal quirks. These human qualities are often what make people relatable and interesting. When someone hides them in an effort to appear ideal, they unintentionally suppress the authenticity that allows attraction to grow naturally. This helps explain why some dates fail to develop momentum despite seeming to go well on the surface. A woman may lose interest not because of anything obvious that was said or done, but because the confidence she observed felt rehearsed rather than genuine. True confidence comes from inner security, not from memorized behaviors or carefully practiced lines. The dynamic also changes the moment someone becomes focused on winning approval. When a woman senses that a man is trying hard to impress her or seeking validation from her, the interaction can begin to feel unbalanced. Instead of sharing an experience together, it can seem as though he is looking to her for reassurance about his worth. Seeking approval often creates pressure in social interactions. Rather than drawing people closer, it can make them feel responsible for providing validation, which frequently causes them to pull away. Genuine attraction is more likely to develop when both people feel free to be themselves, without the burden of trying to prove their value. According to author Robert Greene in his book The Art of Seduction, truly attractive people are not those who constantly seek approval or try to convince others to like them. Instead, they possess what might be called emotional magnetism, a natural presence that attracts others in without effort. This quality can be compared to gravity itself. Gravity is invisible, yet it has a powerful influence. It doesn't force or demand attention, it simply exists. In the same way, some men possess a quiet inner strength that naturally attracts others. They don't rely on boasting, showing off, or dominating conversations. Their confidence comes from being comfortable with who they are. This type of confidence is rooted in authenticity. Rather than depending on external achievements or possessions for self-worth, they recognize their own value as individuals. They understand that their uniqueness is something no one else can replicate, and that realization gives them a sense of stability and self-assurance. When a man approaches relationships from this perspective, he invites others to connect with the person he truly is. He doesn't hide behind status symbols, accomplishments, or material possessions. Instead, he allows his character, values, and personality to take center stage. An especially appealing quality is the ability to accept one's imperfections with humor and grace. A man who can acknowledge mistakes, laugh at himself, and embrace his humanity often creates an atmosphere that feels welcoming and genuine. People naturally feel comfortable around someone who doesn't need to pretend to be flawless. Physical attractiveness alone is rarely enough to create a lasting impression. Good looks may capture attention initially, but lasting interest comes from depth of character. Just as a beautifully designed book needs meaningful content inside its pages, personal appeal requires substance beyond appearance. That substance consists of qualities such as kindness, emotional depth, curiosity, compassion, and self-awareness. These are the traits that create genuine connection and allow attraction to develop on a deeper level. Because emotional connection plays an important role in attraction, many women look for more than outward appearances. They want to feel engaged, understood, and emotionally moved. Appearance may open the door, but it is rarely the reason someone chooses to stay. A well-rounded person invests not only in their appearance but also in their emotional and intellectual growth. This balance creates a sense of security and ease that helps others feel comfortable expressing themselves honestly. Another important principle is learning to allow attraction to develop naturally. Genuine connection cannot be forced or manufactured. The harder someone tries to control another person's feelings, the more likely they are to create resistance. Attraction tends to grow best when given space rather than pressure. Confident individuals understand that they cannot dictate how others feel about them. Instead of entering conversations with the goal of winning approval, they approach interactions with curiosity and openness. They see value in learning about other people and view every conversation as an opportunity for growth and connection. One of the most attractive qualities anyone can possess is authenticity. Being honest about who you are encourages others to do the same. It creates an environment where people feel accepted rather than judged. Many individuals spend their lives believing they must hide their flaws behind a carefully crafted image. When someone appears comfortable with their imperfections and doesn't feel the need to wear a mask, it can be refreshing. That authenticity often gives others permission to lower their defenses as well. People feel more relaxed around someone who isn't striving for perfection. They sense that they can be themselves without fear of criticism or unrealistic expectations. This quality can be remarkably attractive because it is uncommon in a world where many people feel pressured to present an idealized version of themselves. Each person possesses qualities that make them unique, and embracing that individuality is often far more powerful than trying to imitate someone else. Your greatest strength lies in being yourself rather than becoming a copy of another person. Showing your true self may feel uncomfortable at times. Vulnerability can be intimidating because it involves the risk of being seen as you really are. Yet genuine self-expression creates the strongest and most enduring connections. The attraction that grows from authenticity cannot be manufactured through techniques or performances. It develops from honest human interaction and mutual understanding. When you stop trying to impress others and start focusing on genuine connection, you leave a much deeper impact. People remember those who made them feel understood, accepted, and comfortable being themselves. That kind of authentic connection is often what makes someone truly unforgettable. Many men overlook an important truth: the moment you enter a room believing you must earn people's approval or prove your worth, you're already operating from a sense of inadequacy. Deep down, you're sending yourself the message that who you are right now isn't enough. That mindset doesn't stay hidden. It influences your behavior, your energy, and the way you interact with others. People often notice it, even if they can't explain why. Women, in particular, are frequently attuned to emotional cues and can recognize when a man is forcing an image, trying too hard to impress, or hiding behind a performance. Ironically, this rarely creates attraction. More often, it creates distance. When someone senses that you're not being genuine, they may feel disappointed or drained because authenticity seems unlikely to emerge later if it's absent from the beginning. The experience is entirely different when you approach others with the quiet belief that your value already exists. Instead of seeking validation, you simply show up as yourself. You're not there to win attention or approval. You're there to share your thoughts, your humor, your experiences, and your presence. You're interested in connecting with others because you enjoy learning about them and exchanging perspectives. This subtle change in perspective can transform an interaction. The pressure disappears. Neither person feels compelled to evaluate the other immediately, and there's no need to put on a flawless performance. The conversation becomes a natural exchange between two people sharing a moment. This is the essence of genuine presence. Being present means giving your full attention to what's happening right now instead of becoming trapped in self-conscious thoughts. You're not replaying something you said earlier, worrying whether it sounded right, or mentally rehearsing your next response while the other person is speaking. Instead, you're fully engaged. You listen carefully, observe the details, and respond sincerely. Your attention remains on the person in front of you rather than on your own insecurities. That kind of attentiveness has a powerful effect. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel acknowledged and understood. Feeling truly heard is rare, and when someone experiences it, they tend to remember it. A meaningful conversation can stay with a person long after it ends. They may find themselves reflecting on it later, smiling at the memory, and looking forward to seeing you again. At this point, some people may wonder whether they have enough to offer. They might question whether they are interesting enough, whether their stories are exciting enough, or whether their achievements are impressive enough to capture someone's attention. One important thing to remember is that being memorable does not require you to be the most fascinating person in the room. What truly matters is your ability to show sincere interest in others. When you are genuinely curious about someone, ask meaningful questions, and pay close attention to what they share, you leave a lasting impression. People naturally enjoy talking about their lives, passions, goals, and experiences. By giving them the opportunity to express themselves without constantly redirecting the focus back to you, you demonstrate respect, empathy, and appreciation for who they are. This does not mean you should stay silent about your own life. Sharing your experiences and perspectives is an important part of building a connection. The difference is that you do it honestly rather than as a way to gain admiration. Your stories should reflect your authentic self, not serve as a performance designed to impress. In fact, some of the most powerful stories are the ones that reveal your imperfections. Talking openly about mistakes, setbacks, or embarrassing moments requires vulnerability, and vulnerability often creates deeper connections. Rather than signaling weakness, it reflects confidence and self-acceptance. It shows that you are comfortable acknowledging that you are human, still learning, and continually growing. It is also helpful to understand that attraction often develops differently for women than it does for men. While appearance may initially catch someone's attention, it is rarely the entire story. For many women, attraction grows through emotional experiences over time. It develops through feeling listened to, appreciated, and understood. It is shaped by the way you pay attention, remember meaningful details, share laughter, and create an environment where she feels respected and comfortable. These qualities are what build a deeper and more enduring connection. They are the reason someone continues thinking about you long after an interaction has ended. Because of this, relying solely on external factors such as physical appearance, wealth, or social standing is often ineffective in the long run. While those things may attract initial interest, they cannot create genuine emotional connection on their own. Without that connection, meaningful relationships struggle to develop. Instead of focusing primarily on outward achievements or appearances, invest your energy in becoming comfortable with who you are. Strengthen your character, cultivate kindness, develop a sense of humor, and improve your ability to communicate and truly listen to others. These qualities create genuine attractiveness, not only in romantic relationships but in friendships, professional interactions, and nearly every area of life.